Good morning, everybody. Good evening, good day. I am Tashi, and I am here with Crystal, who is hiding in the background. Let's see, everything is fine? Can you hear me? Yeah, everyone can hear me. Hi. It seems Quill either muted himself or went away. But here we are, with some kind of morning.
Oh.
Oh.
So the cat's like kind of sideways.
Yeah?
Okay.
I mean, he could be upside down for all we know.
Yep.
That's the only way I could fit him now.
Okay.
Because he is my fat.
And we still
I
have
am
Dr.
chummy.
That might be why he has a capuchin, is because of that cat.
Because he's a cabbage.
Mhm.
So I assume we're not in this happy go adventure mood at the moment. We are just gonna have a little camp.
Actually, the music I recommend is just something pleasant.
Yeah, that's why I said that. Something like this.
Sure.
Let's see. How is the first adventure gonna be without the doctor in here? There is an encounter with the ominous creature, potentially the Chronicles, but the TARDIS crew in the same mood. Because on one hand, they encountered a creature that moves them alive, and on the other hand, they are surrounded by overwhelming standards of harmonious perfection, far beyond what any of them are accustomed to, even in the native form of Equestria. What they see is more like some childish imagination of paradise for real. It's so strong that it feels surreal. Maybe it feels like as if it was written by someone else. But for those in the party who have the more direct way of communicating with this kind of energy, it keeps reminding them of a reality that is otherwise hard to believe or even imagine. It is wanting to see playful balls of light fly and spin around them as they travel. It's quite an honor to feel it with every breath, which, in turn, provides a sense of depth to this new reality that makes it feel too intense to entirely dismiss. And then Panovin looks at Dr. Kelly. See? This is what you wanted to create in paradise. And you failed.
She might reply like, I didn't invent the place, I just lived there. And I left it.
I mean, by you, I meant the... Her kind.
Dr. Kelly. Yeah.
What was her? She a genie? Not genie.
Magi.
Magi. Close enough. And she just starts saying, you can wish to, you can have 3 wishes. The action of every pony in the party differs for each. I mean, that's usually in the thing.
Yeah.
Having said cautious, she refuses to allow what she experiences here. Force her to drop her guard, because she had already witnessed that this space can hide some levels of danger. What she experiences around her, though, that's her resolve. In that sense, more than expected. Never has one place and time that there was such a false sense of security in her. More than that, she also realizing that what is around her is mostly genuine too. The reason that I lose so malevolent is because it actually is. But that doesn't remove the fact that nature can still hide with it. Serving, there is a fine line being cautious and paranoia. And you are very well stepping in between the lines.
What is that, coffee? Okay.
Yep. That's to get the air out of my throat because I feel that it is pressuring it.
Okay.
But not to carry Sandra. This place is exciting insofar as it evokes sensory curiosity in her. There were no official records for her to read about this place in her native time. The rules that thing is more like myths and legends. So I thought about Paradise Lost for some reason. Looking around for the I knew maybe you are the reason. Those places were said to have abilities unknown in other areas too. Or at least extremely uncommon.
I think you missed half of that sentence. And there were many reasons to explain precisely why.
I realize that. There were many versions and to explain exactly why it was lost. Do we know this? For example, you can't find any animal thing in this environment that is even remotely toxic or to Polish. Oh, she cannot find toxic things in animals.
Right.
But like, you can't find any animal things. On the contrary, what she finds is that it's all animal. Everything is animal here. What she finds is that it's things that are so overwhelmingly packed with intense nutrition, and even a single lot will be feed her numbers for a whole day. It might even boost the immune system enough to run almost afflictions or speed up the natural healing process. Too good to be true seems to be such a norm around here. Then the one who grew up in paradise. What does normally mean too rude to be true in another area? It's common practice here. Despite the earlier running with the ominous creature, Mafia is having so much fun around here that she can't have but break into a friendly and cheery song. I almost had that she can't have but break that.
Oh my gosh, she'd be so clumsy.
Or she would be so clumsy that people would think that it is actually a good thing.
Yeah, so clumsy it circles back to genius.
Yes, I am pretty screwed in my pants.
I'm accidentally awesome!
Yup. Everything around her.
Meant to do that?
Yeah. Everything around her seems to encourage it. The joy is not infectious, so she knows what comes natural for her. She moves her hand from side to side sometimes, closes her eyes as she joyously sings. Sometimes she nudges others with an elbow or a wing to encourage them to sing along. Dorothy, we don't know the words. And the moon is kind of between Dorothy and Storming. He's deeply affected by their surroundings, too. He is learning to even more about it with every breath. It is also a revealment to him that what surrounds them really is intensely positive, and it seems more or more so. That is not near to reality that too. That he happens to be attuned enough to perceive that. If anything, this place is actually more harmonious than they would normally notice to the 5 senses. It is not a trick or fake this time. It is utterly real. Still, he can't ignore the sign of danger he encountered earlier either. So he embraces the mood of their surroundings somewhat while remaining on his guard in the back of his mind. As such, he eventually sings along with Murphy. When he does, he listens in the wind space around them become playful too. So he starts to glance and swirl around them. And the leaves spin in the air in a pattern too graceful and complex to run at random. Maybe the whole forest is alive. The more they behold this, the more it seems the wind is dancing around them, and is guided by some obviously intelligent force. Some is a funny thing, it might be Feather doing this directly, but look, the wind is doing it on its own. As for the Loop, who are actually similar to Sun insofar as she remains on her guard, which also means cautiously reacting to Ahmed's mood for their surroundings. No music. On that serving though, Nine is far more proactive. He acts like the overwhelming positive surroundings simply aren't there, and for that matter, dinner is the rest of the party. Instead of that, Nine is checking for sex, gathers nuts and berries, pushing scans around her for danger, or acting noteworthy. Basically the same thing she's done in her adventures for years. Despite what others in her party might think, no, he isn't ignoring them. He only seems to because she also doesn't know what to do with them, nor is she accustomed to socializing during an adventure. Usually, those are poorly with her during those times, so she doesn't interact with them out of sheer habit. I work alone.
Yep.
That is a complex issue for Daring. For her, she at least believed that this group won't backstab her. Because they were first excited by the doctor, and she does seem completely. It's everything else that she can question about them. Besides moral thoughts, she can ask questions if they have the means to survive and thrive out in adventure, especially Luffy. Do they have enough potential power to protect themselves and their others? Even if they do, will they utilize that power efficiently, smartly, and wisely, or stay back like the cabbage?
You're on your own!
Or,
to the bush.
or we can even call out Control Freak. Will you use that power efficiently and wisely? This power is not always an asset in every situation. It depends how it is used. He knows from past experience that good intentions alone are enough to secure victory. Mary knew what only recently opened up to the idea of traveling with others. Again, thanks to Rainbow Dash. But this adventure is not starting how she had imagined. He was counting on the doctor to be here and handle all of his other companions that she isn't used to dealing with. But no, not only did he back off from this adventure entirely, he actually put her in charge of this group. Now, she has to babysit all these stupid kids. This moves so much better.
Pinkie Pie being overwhelmed with the quick cake twins.
Yep. No, they are so adorable. They are not. they weren't any trouble at all. But in the background, we see a anti-nuclear war happening.
That was one of the rare moments in the show. They actually had a brief horror film movement.
Yep. It's most so much pressure on her, because she's the kind of pony who really does care for the welfare of others. In this room on the watch, then she can convince the fact that it's her fault. And maybe she didn't fully utilize them efficiently, but smartly enough to protect them. As a result, it's vastly easier for all of them to remain in the background, while she handles all the danger instead. That way, only she will get hurt herself, same as always. No. Even if you are the only one who gets hurt in a part of a team, everyone else gets hurt because you are hurting. I mean, I just have to bring up the rules. Did you not get hurt because he was dying? Did you not feel anything?
There's that, and plus that the more injured she gets, the more diminished the total potential of the party is.
Or, the more injured she gets, the more potential they will have, because she will not do everything on her own. And they realize that, yeah. Oh wait, they can do it as well. And I'm telling it now, there's gonna be a place when probably Jessica is gonna mess with them, so they will not be able to do anything. And they will have.
Right. But for the moment, do you understand why she has the attitude, right?
Yep.
In her background?
Even an AK yearling, she has socializing with others, just more exciting than such. Sure, she deals with the occasional fan, and from time to time, she's even happy to do it. But there is a reason she keeps everyone else at a distance. Especially if that fun is actually asking, is it true that there are no risking puppies? In the yet to grow, they might find out that she secretly is dying now, and the stories are here. If it happens, then maybe they will try to help, but they can't handle it otherwise. Try to muddle in their unmaturing affairs somehow. There's lots of dangerous artifacts hidden in her home, at times, which is precisely why she has her humble little home. So isolated. Then she gives those dangerous items until she can figure out some safe way to dispose of it. They will leave some donate them to a museum that she knows it is in my garden. Even the majority of her book sale royalties is saved as part of the adventure. I mean, Cameron said that yeah, you need money. For adventure.
Remember that as you read the next sentence.
Let's remember this good point that adventure can be expensive career. Yep. But she handles it her own way. And she makes sure she is not beyond 20 years. I mean, we never said that Cameron is not smart. Only his moral compass is broken. He is still a good adventurer and experienced at that.
Decent enough. How many adventures have they gone through and he keeps on surviving them? Plus his minions?
Yeah. I mean, he even got the diamond. Remember
that? Yeah, the one that enhances light. How'd you know I stole?
Because she probably let him keep it because that didn't have any magical properties. I mean, the human might not even know that she is only taking away the dangerous ones. Not the ones that would fetch a lot of money. I mean, those usually it's outside. But that was just a diamond, nothing else. Aside from that, surgical storage is considered important for educational purposes. Even for things of fiction, they don't remove the fact that they would be much more popular if they knew up to encounter the same trap that she did. There's a lot of historical knowledge that she needs into her story, too, in order to help preserve the idea that knowing history not only can be fascinating, but also important. Remind me of that.
Let's copy and paste whatever sentence, yeah, in your notepad or in chat.
That's so funny. Here we go.
Okay.
As I even Dr. Kelly and from the window, not much is known about this era, or the fantastical stories that until now was considered too unlikely to be true. As she continues to venture to know, she doesn't see the pattern, when it comes to food gathering. Mere moments when the thought goes into her mind that although they did bring some food supplies with them, especially Dorothy, it could last longer, and it supplemented with anything animal they found along the way, and I guess not trying to think out such things right now. I mean, everything is animal here, so...
Not only that, but especially edible and nutritious.
However, the much you attempt to do so, like thinking out animal minds, you must immediately find them, and plenty of them as well. Later on, when the thought crosses your mind that it would be nice to also find some good nuts. You go along with those berries. He again finds moments later. It's almost everyone's desire is find something. Eating them quickly, but it's not fast to find. And then suddenly Dorothy is thinking of pancakes and the pancake appears.
I should find the muffin tree. Do you know the muffin tree? The muffin tree?
Also, why is not ordinary news and the surroundings might not be as physical as the reality? It's not more alive and active in a way that is in a more purely medical state. It is physical, but only because of the intense magic around them. Embedded in sports, whatever it is, they send them moods and those as well. But it's not interacts with incredible benevolence. Sure, why not?
So calm.
I have to admit that this is much more different from our usual adventures. You should encounter potential things before that hold many wonders, but it's not ever been this active and positive before. In an almost sentient way. And only that, on the places she went before needing a hero, I need a hero. Some more minutes. So, it's a good tendency to be dangerous and unhospitable. Because she is used to that, it is actually this space that makes her feel out of her element. I mean, yeah, she literally said that she is taking the ones that are dangerous.
Right. She... professional adventurer, hero adventure too, going in a place where everything is persistently hunky-dory.
Yep. Right.
To an unusual degree. Yeah, that. Welcome.
And then she also knows she can take any of this for granted. Because she also already got a potentially outside Amanda. Because of that, she knows she gets fully trust anything here. And even makes it a lot of pity. But her instincts tell her that despite the several economics might be weaker than this cause, it also might be powerful enough to easily eliminate her. I mean, yeah. It will seem to favor games rather than being outright deadly. What is individual is probably new. She can trust his motive to be clear to her yet.
This is the first of 3 scene breaks. I take it you're pretty fine for now, especially with your coffee.
Yeah?
I faintly hear your family in the background too, but not often.
I mean, yeah, so,
Huh? I have a question, just real quick. Like, none of them speak English?
no, they are from Ireland. So, no, they do speak English.
With an Irish accent?
Probably Hungarian accent.
Okay.
That time for the adventure is just as beautiful as the lake. Indeed, it is darker compared to the lake. Who would have guessed? But that is nearly as much as an native home. And that for several reasons. First of all, the stars seem to have brighter and more magical here. It is thicker with a painted glitter of beautiful light. Also the aurora eyes in the sun. And I just saw that right when I said it. Suddenly the aurora eyes, the magical ribbon of light in the sky, continues to shine. It shifts to various colors too, and continues to dance and beam across the sky. Suddenly there is an abundance of crystals coming up from the earth in many places, and they each glow with their own magical light. But magical bits of light that surround them, they seem to be playful in comparable spirit. Do not tell us those. They may be something akin to fairies. But I repeat, they mean their own magical light. Why magical? Oh yeah, they don't want to disturb the nature here, so they don't use fire. They know at first it is, and they do not make their own campfire, because she does not want the light or smoke to do any undue attention. She does, however, learn to find a wind suggestion involving the camp, but he has souls, which he calls to let me go. You will see any magical harm being blast on them for several seconds. So magic is like magnets? Like it is used to having such a resource at her disposal, but the expanded admit that it does have to warm up the camp without being too bright. We should get some rest soon. They do proclaims to the rest of their companions, and as she gazes at the glow of the heated soul, the magnificent look. Ultimately is more calming than anything to look at, but those heated souls are pleasant to look at, and pleasant to look at and feel too, so long as they are not light touching them. Are you always so serious? Nothing is lying. Watching around the heated souls nearby. For some reason, Luffy has green hair and a smile drawn across her face.
If you just say something like that, I was immediately thinking, like, he's going to. Watch.
Are you always so carefree? Like nothing. There is a moving narrow stare. I can get you killed out here if you're not careful. That or not. Luffy frowned, I think hard. It is no longer easy for us to meet like disappearing gay. Ease off, please, ladies. But we like kindly request today. We are all not used to this place, and you have to admit it is a bit better. More so than even our native land and time. Only a fool would use that as an excuse from the god. Then you call it thought. I say we stay cautious until our job is done. Until then, we never know what we might encounter. That's how we goes back, go next to Dagnu and wing bumps her. Yeah!
Good, yeah.
We only encountered one thing, we are separating our god again, so we get back. I'm not dismissing the pattern things we have seen today, but the thing is very dangerous as well. It might not be the only thing to do so. Last picture of the day.
I don't know what I'm looking. Some video game, maybe?
Oh, you don't know that?
Well, it's quite dark too. That's another thing.
It's the Heavy from TF2.
That's what I suspected.
I feel
But
no
that's
man. But the
that's one
thing
of the
that's
poorest looks
scares
I've
me.
ever seen on him. It's almost like a shadowy outline, a silhouette.
Oh. Okay, then I will show you this after as well. Well, the thing is pretty dangerous as well. It might not mean the other thing to me do so. To me so. And right about that, I'm in the shot. And I'm keeping that in mind too. But just because danger could exist, doesn't mean everything we encounter is hostile. Let's see what the user needs. Sure.
Yeah, if you can imagine that at a campfire bonding, then that's good. That's accepted.
But just because, yeah. Remember that there is innocent life here too. Could be equally important to acknowledge. Yeah, there is nothing. Everything we meet as a potential enemy, you will end up scaring away potential friends. You are right. I knew it. But it's important we remain resolved. We want to remain open to any possibility. I'm sorry. Nothing I find in the frown. Didn't mean to be a burden. I'm just wanting you to be careful. Darling replied in a lighter tone. It is more important than the mistakes we made. Is the lesson we learned from it. I'm more concerned about our future mistakes rather than our past right now. Even you have to admit that this place is beautiful. Now the message has been obvious to them to get her courage again. I mean, have you ever seen a place more beautiful before? In many ways, yes. The guess was again been a tone. But never this intensity or consistently. It also makes me nervous. Really? There are trees in this village. Yeah, just as the calm before the storm. Have you ever heard of the term too good to be true? That it checks with nothing. Yes, Dumpy replies. Many people said that to about me. Time Mrs. Bodie often approaches the customers with a smile. Lying goes on. Now here, I'm not saying harmless energy is fake, but something dangerous could be lurking behind it. Plus, you remember that little cat-like creature we encountered this morning? The thing alone is worth hitting our guard for. But at old age, it might not Let me know the example of something potentially hostile out there. Although my past adventurers have never made this seemingly easy before, they're worried it's trying to get me to lower my guard. I had the same impression, so we agree. I was another R on the side of social enemy. I would not be the man that he actually back in the TARDIS and came back on this adventure thing. Huh, I guess I didn't have to be hard flanked, and I went back then. It's all your thinking. Huh, I wish I was more careful, then I wouldn't have died. Do we have proof of ghosts in MLP?
Proof of ghosts. I don't recall an example of that directly, but I think they somewhere in the show they may have talked about it. I definitely recall zombie ponies.
That's
Mentioned,
different.
but not. And it was kind of shown once.
Oh wait, we do have a proof of ghosts per se.
And somebody was dressed as some, I think, too, in a nightmare. There you go. I kind of recall Snowfall Frost mention the term spirits in that episode.
Yeah? But other than that, we don't really have any other mention of ghosts.
Good example you brought up. It was a fictional story, but still, it shows that the questioner has the conceptual idea.
I'm only asking because we have magic, so extraterrestrial things are not.
It makes spiritual activity even more likely to happen. Actually,
yeah.
if you have more magic, then the boundaries between the afterlife and the physical life can be thinner.
Literally, the only nightmare. The Nightmare Night and the Heartwarming Eve story were the ones that mentioned ghosts. So, Oh, I get what you are saying. The picture.
Yeah, it's enough to say that the equestrians wouldn't say ghosts. What is that?
Yeah, they know what is ghosts, but
Yeah.
we don't have physical ghosts for now. Believe me, I tried out of my element too. The place I ever visited has been ever been this pattern before. But the doctor and the TARDIS never asked to places where he was added in some way. I have not forgotten that. No, you came here to get a cure. The heroes are needed here. There is something needed from here in the future.
Right.
This is a very different thing. Also, you might be actually the anti-heroes in this story, and you might cause this what was his name? Camel to become a meat camel.
Yeah, they could be the catalyst.
Yep. Who was made the entire appearance randomly, so we decided to drop it, and we said dying. We came at this time at your request. You said there is a cure here, and doesn't exist anymore in the future. It's more like I chose the goal and the general direction. That is partially correct. I just said the cure on this either time and place. The doctor did, and he seemed very confident that we will find what we see here. He was unhappy, as she asked her. To knowledge, has the doctor ever been this time and place before? Okay, I will call it now. The cure is not a plant. The cure is gonna be Camel. Or something Camel had. So how are you gonna find him? In the future? I can literally see him coughing up more of fur and hey, there's your cure. Let me see to her, I said. No, but the noise is he has is bad. He means more than any normal person can fathom. I mean, I'm not seen with no misaffection, as she has. The story is right, it's wise and dependable. Know him immensely. I know the feeling that I gladly mumbled under her breath. Excuse me? Dorothy asked, knifing her hooves. The thing, with a curious sense of her. They said, what I said was required, following a person here. No, she heard it quite clearly, but she just wants to make sure. Oh, nothing. I'm ashamed. The side of the mother. Excuse me? I just had to open the gap for a moment. This broken by serving, and was here later. Who also added to her hooves? Who was counting the seconds?
Nobody, but that's how much time actually elapsed.
I know. But like, so...
I'll tell you what though, if the doctor was there, he would know. Maybe you could say some Dr. Kelly's computer can be keeping track of that too. There's a long series of songs you got in this playlist it's pretty ideal for this scene.
I mean, that's why I told it.
Okay.
I knew the title, so... I didn't expect to love to bring out a knife, but... I know that's not happening. Now you yourself curiously, rushing an action from the large without Pegasus. I'm going to do a quick parameter check. Serving the cat. I want to make sure that Ghost is clear for the moment, before I load off in the bed. In the dark? I inquired, in the midst of confusion. I know the area is brighter at night than it was normally is, but still, I turned off. Okay, which is why I want Father to accompany me. I was fast for that one this time. Then, as she looks at her small, screw and sky blue friend. No, and now when the doctor is here, I will get confused. And when he said accompany.
Yep.
The one that can light my way. I think it would also be better. And I wasn't alone during my patrol. Furthermore, if we actually do encounter any trouble, you can either send a warning message to our friend, something to the wind, or quickly alert them with a brilliant flash of light. So the looks at and pointed over across them all, as she had. Watch for that. I mean, you can send a warning message to the wind without being subtle as well.
Yeah, I guess so. That happened when he was sending a message to Celestia before he took off to the temple where Vision was being attacked. He sent a huge storm in that direction, where he was confident it would shatter windows, blow out candles, and all that. But the message would also get to Celestia as fast as it can.
And then suddenly, people are coming, phones are coming. So it was your fault.
I
Ah,
still got the picture in my head about Derpy with a knife, but still an innocent smile. Like, what did you say?
sure thing. Acquiescence. Wow, that's actually hard.
Acquiesces.
Acquiescence. I always say acquiescence. Acquiescence.
Sure.
As he added to an old horse. Was he not? He messaged aggressively today to make sure he agreed with this plan. After all, he is the one who's in charge of this mission. That's fine, I guess that's not gone down too far, or maybe not gone too long. We said to rest up and get ourselves for tomorrow's journey. Okay, and I agreed with another acceptance. But before I go, let me take a moment to read this thought. Go ahead. No, you might. I've had the opportunity to do so by blasting the stone to the whole beam and holding it for 9 seconds. During that time, he raised the beam back and forth among the stones of it. Imagine that this is the catalyst that causes misharmony. He is charging up the stone with his own magic, which might actually clash with the nature around this area.
Sure. It was observed earlier too that whatever magic spent might actually be recharged faster in this environment.
Yeah, and I thought about more things as well. That if you are getting fully recharged by this new magic, you might get sick.
It might
cause some trouble.
or influence you somehow, like maybe possibly make you more passive or something like that.
More apathetic to danger. Just imagine. Oh, that would be a thing. When then you just then you are something just starts to be very relaxed. That will cause some alarms, probably.
Unless everyone else is influenced to the same degree.
I mean, if you are usually calm, then it doesn't really do much. But to them, it will be more visible.
It's logical that it's actually tend to be unicorns who will draw upon the magic of the environment more, especially if they're busy casting spells.
Yep. I mean, it depends. I don't know how in your way, how the magic works. In your environment, they use their own mana pool, right? And then
Yeah, usually. Okay, imagine unicorn's magic typically would be like a cup of water that's inside of them.
Yeah.
And it cannot be filled any further if it's already filled. But the moment you drain some of it, you have room for it to be filled back by the environment. One exception is Featherwind's connection to nature. That's a bit different, where he requests it to do something, and it does it using its own power.
Yeah, that is more like magic.
Another potential exception might be some of Dr. Kelly's technology, where it's not tapping into the magic of the environment or using nature's magic directly, but recharging and storing magic in these crystals, and you're tapping that in order to use the spells.
Yeah,
It's kind of
so
like basically like batteries.
basically now they have their own one item at this moment, okay. We have to look out when the setup runs out and they recharge with this new energy. If they are compatible and or not. By the way, I've been meaning to ask, do we have any idea where we are going? No pictures. Because we have been wondering about all day, and it seems like we are on a specific course, but I'm just wondering if we are actually on our way to that specific place. I would rather keep the details to myself right now, because there's not much I can promise in good faith. Nothing knowing. You are missing the plan. Okay, I guess I was wrong. Then I think goes in the very high places. I mean, it can still happen if he eats it first, and then just throw it back with a ball of flour. Based so high, the oxygen would normally be thin. It would also be a place a thing with Earth magic, but magic seems abundant everywhere here. So for the moment, I'm still getting my bearings. I mean, there are two ponies here who can examine the area of magic, and they could tell where the surrounding area is full of magic, or more full.
Yeah, they got some assets and tools here.
Also, you said a place is on a high place. You are in the forest at the moment. Have you ever tried flying up and searching for a mountain? Looking around?
There's a little more intensity to this song.
It was random. There you go.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I should also be recording this. Then I suddenly realized it before she pulls out our camera. A marksman ate a Quill from one of her saddlebags. What were you doing in her saddlebag? So you are still in information gathering mode. Nothing figured. Also, often stands he stands solid with that modality. With good reason, I suspect. Now he figures as she uses the ring to dip a Quill in ink. You are transferring the Quill to her mouth, where she is much more proficient with her writing. You want to go by saying, now give me some time to finish my writing here. I can easily speak. I can't easily speak if I do so. Yeah, I can't figure out people who can actually write and speak at the same time, two different things.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know.
a trick. What was the ventriloquism? If you're really good with that, that might help. Where you try to make the sound like it's coming to the side, like from a puppet that's beside you, instead of directly from your mouth.
I mean, yeah, but that's different. That's actually about thinking two different things. It's like there are there are streamers who can speak a lot while playing and actually concentrate while talking constantly. But you're scared on its own. Gotcha, not very good. One question though, if you are using a creative line with your mouse, does the feather even make your nose ticklish? Good question. Also, if you run out of quill, you can use your wing quill. Your own. It doesn't have to be just pulling out, it could be just Just one missing a little bit outside or falling out. Because they should get new pair of squares as well. They facilitated again of amusement and laughing before I learned her and proceeded with her writing. I'm serious. That is this. You said I should be serious, so I'm serious. Probably, on the night said, let her finish her work, which Kelly advised. The part was she spoke seemed to come solid, in fact. This whole time, and even now, the Kelly seems to be reading the data scrolling across each side of her photographic lens, which includes information she gathered from a noise scan across the day and some of the night. Theo found out, coming in mind, then I gave the tail of her hand away from the camera looking at Panamin. Seeing that, Pana nodded in acknowledgement and proceeded to follow Sun by igniting the tip of his horn, his silver light. I thought you left already, said Pana. Let's see how aware we are. I would say we are on the halfway point. So I'm actually gonna call it here. Hope you don't mind. And I'm gonna go and talk with the guests who are here. I mean, they are here for a few days, so obviously not too much time to really interact with them. But yeah, we will continue this after I come back from work. Also, work just appeared. I had the best. What is that face? You came here to see me and the same. But yeah, thank you everyone for being here. And see you next time in 4 days. Yeah. Bye bye.